With my closest friends and my mom's inheritance, I had taken 4 years of my life to make my horror film, Season in Hell. After a weak DVD release from Brain Damage Pictures, this summer I got a new deal to have it re-released by a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. Inspired by the re-release, I attempted making a crime thriller about an Easter Bunny assassin. Due to funding and a lesbian divorce I was going through, that project went to shit. But suddenly I had an epiphany. Now was the time to make a docudrama based on a 20-year personal obsession of mine. I decided now I was going to make my first fact-based film. A film about Roman Polanski and his connection to Charlie Manson.
In Santa Fe, it is warm every day. In Santa Cruz, drink some booze, Santa Cruz.
150 Cielo Drive was the Benedict Cannon house that on February 12, 1969, Roman Polanski and his new wife Sharon Tate took over the $1,200 per month lease. Record producer Terry Melcher had lived in it with wife Candice Bergen. Unfortunately for Sharon, Terry was a very record producer who had turned down Charles Manson for a record deal. Spurned by Melcher, Manson's homicidal plan for a helter-skelter killing spree war picked Melcher's Cielo Drive house as the bloody starting point. It didn't matter that Charlie knew Melcher had moved out months before. Cielo Drive was where Manson determined first blood would be shed. Friday, August 8, 1969, Sharon Tate, Polanski's friends Wojciech Frykowski, Abigail Gibby Folger of the Folger Coffee Dynasty, and Sharon's ex-boyfriend, Hollywood stylist Jay Sebring, had their last supper at the El Coyote Mexican restaurant on Beverly Boulevard. Frykowski was in the 9th day of a mescaline trip and argued with Gibby throughout the meal. 20 miles northwest, at the drugged-out commune known as Spahn Ranch, Charles Manson had assembled Charles Tex Watson, Patricia Krenwinkel, Linda Kasabian, and Susan Sadie Mae Atkins. Informing them the nights of Creepy Crawl were over, Charles said, "Helter Skelter is here." Arriving at Cielo Drive, technically midnight, August 8th, going into Saturday, August 9th, Manson's 4 family members quickly began their diabolical invasion. Watson shimmied up the pole with pliers and clipped the telephone pole wires to the house. All 4 then made way past the gatehouse with knives in their teeth. A young Steve Parent, arriving to see the house's caretaker, William Garrettson, quickly became their first victim. After stopping Steve Parent in his car, Tex Watson slashed his left arm and shot him 4 times. After Watson cut a hole in one of the screen windows to the house, he, Krenwinkel, and Sadie Mae Atkins swiftly invaded. Within an hour, all 4 inside, Frykowski, Folger, Sebring, and 9 months pregnant Sharon Tate will be viciously murdered.
Roman, there's been a disaster in the house.
Which house?
Your house, Roman. Sharon is dead, and Wojciech and Gibby and Jay. There's been a slaughter.
With Manson family member Linda Kasabian horrified and staying behind in Tex Watson's car, Tex led the others into the Polanski house. The first person they found on the 9th day of a mescaline trip was Wojciech Frykowski, asleep with the American flag draped over him. Sadie Mae Atkins and Patricia Krenwinkel followed Watson, but Krenwinkel forgot her knife.
I forgot my knife, Linda. Can I borrow yours? Listen for the sounds.
Taking long-barreled pistol from his belt, Tex Watson barked, "Wake up!" to Frykowski, lying asleep on the couch.
Who are you? What are you doing here? I am the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business.
Watson then ordered the girls to tie Frykowski up with a rope he brought. Abigail Folger, half asleep in a Valium daze, had seen Sadie Mae Atkins pass her bedroom smiling at her just moments earlier. Now, Atkins and Krenwinkel returned to put a knife to Abigail's throat. After Krenwinkel and Atkins brought Abigail Folger into the living room, Tex Watson and Krenwinkel tied up Frykowski, who doubtfully asked them,
This some kind of game of Romans? No?
Frykowski and Folger subdued. Sadie Mae Atkins went to Sharon Tate's room and kicked the door open. Sharon, 8.5 months pregnant, had been sitting on her bed in a nightgown, sweltering from the hot August night. Jay Sebring had been lying next to her, smoking a joint. Caught off guard, Sharon Tate and Jay Sebring had no idea what was going on. Hiding her knife, Sadie Mae Atkins said,
Hurry, they need you in the living room. Something terrible's happened.
Who are you?
Never mind. Just, they need you. Hurry. What are you gonna do?
Brought into the living room, all realized their lives were in fucking danger. As the group begins roughhousing Sharon, Jay Sebring argues against them, telling them not to hurt Sharon, telling them that she's pregnant.
Let her sit down, she's pregnant! Let her sit down, she's pregnant. Let her...
With Sebring seemingly dead, they bound Frykowski's hands. Tying a noose around Sebring's neck, they connect the noose around Sharon and Abigail's throats. Throwing a noose over the ceiling beam, Tex Watson yanked it to force Sharon and Abigail up by the noose around their necks. To this, Sharon Tate asked, "What are you going to do with us?" To that, Tex Watson replied,
You're all gonna die.
After Watson stabs an already dead Jay Sebring 4 times, Frykowski escapes from the couch. With hands bound, he wrestles Atkins to the floor. Grabbing her hair, Frykowski gets behind Atkins and begins wrestling her. Within this action, Atkins stabs him in the side and in the leg, amidst stabbing Frykowski 4 to 5 times. Watson pistol whips a staggering, bloody Frykowski. He then shoots him twice. He hits him over the head and stabs him again, leaving him thinking Frykowski is dead. Upon escaping from the house, Frykowski stumbles and staggers and suddenly sees Linda Kasabian, who's left Tex Watson's car.
So sorry. Let it end.
With everyone diverted by Frykowski's escape, Abigail slips from her noose. Running, Krenwinkel stabs her in the back. After avoiding Krenwinkel's next swing, Abigail was stabbed in the stomach by Tex Watson and his bayonet. Krenwinkel follows Abigail Folger onto the lawn. Even after Abigail collapses, Krenwinkel keeps joyfully stabbing her. Stabbed 28 times by the pool, Abigail Folger's last words are,
I give up. I'm already done. Take me.
I know what you're asking. What about Jay Sebring and Sharon Tate? Well, it turns out the gunshots and stabbing didn't finish Jay Sebring off. Nope. Jay Sebring crawled away inside the house, towards the door. when a Tex Watson came over and viciously did him in the back. To quote the actual testimony, Severine ended up being stabbed 7 times, with 3 fatal wounds, hemorrhaging to death. As for Sharon Tate, she died horribly. Sadie Atkins locked her arm around Sharon's neck, dragging her to the blood-stained sofa. Sharon then said, "Please don't. I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to have my baby. I want to have my baby." Watson fell onto Tate, stabbing her in the chest and back 12 times. Atkins then stabbed her in the midriff. Atkins and Watson together stabbed Sharon Tate to death 16 times in total. In the belly, the left breast, the neck, and the right breast. Sharon's last words were, "Mother. Mother." Reminded earlier by Charlie Manson to write "something witchy" on the door, Sadie Mae Atkins alone returned to the living room and dipped the towel used on Frykowski to Sharon Tate's wounds. Sharon was still laying on her left side in front of the fireplace, still alive, gurgling, after Atkins delivered a final stab to kill her. Sadie Mae Atkins then used the bloody towel to write the word "pig" on the front door. Atkins then left it on Jay Severine's dead face.
My friend Keith Richards, he can be arrested for having a shitload of snack on him. And nobody cares but me. It's a different story. They've been after me ever since I had the bad taste to have a wife who's been murdered.
Listen, word is, Written Band wants to send you back to Chino or bring down a harsher sentence on you. You're gonna end up doing more time than the Manson girls.
And then they'll have what they want.
Which is what?
In my head, why should I go back to jail and have to beg to be deported? Why not just leave?
That's up to you, my friend.
Before I go, I would like to see you.
See who?
Sharon! I'm here! I'm here! Hold on!
Who are you? What are you doing here?